We are live at 219 South Dearborn, waiting for the press conference to start, where Dr. Willie Wilson will be speaking and his team. Dr. Willie Wilson delivers a letter to the Attorney General Garland, to the U.S. Attorney, detailing intentional disenfranchisement of voters. All right, starts in just a few minutes. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. I just don't want to ignorant. We're live.
I live on, I don't know the name of the ward, but I know it's 2019 West Polk Street. Yes, sir. I got it notarized here, but it's a great spot. You gotta live in Chicago, right? What is- Oh, 28 ward. Now I know. Big. I didn't hear you say it's a big spot.
On TV.
Andre, we're here.
Hey, but you go run for president?
One thing at a time.
All right.
Crispy day.
Sure.
I mean, help with anything out there?
I like that tripod. So we can just act right. Tripods are like computers. I've discovered that. Work when they want to work.
All right.
What was that? What was that? Say that again.
Hopefully, our new mayor, Willie Wilson, right there. Willie Wilson. Yeah, my folks.
God bless y'all. Ready, Andre?
Yeah.
If we get something to eat today,
All right, God bless you. You need to use my phone, Andre?
I got it.
it's got to be the weather.
It is.
Whether or not he wants to work.
Yep. I gotta remember that one.
I want the lady to leave, Andre. You gotta pass it to her, you know?
All right.
All right.
All right. What are you filing?
He says, "What are you filing?"
Huh?
What are you filing?
He's giving them a letter
A letter?
to the Department of Justice, to the Attorney General, that urge them to intervene.
What's going on?
All right, Mayor.
Okay.
I'm Attorney Mr. Boykin, and I'm here today with Dr. Willie Wilson and a number of people from the disability community. Today, Dr. Willie Wilson will deliver 2 letters to the U.S. Attorney John Lausch. He will deliver 1 letter for Attorney General Merrick Garland and 1 letter to U.S. Attorney John Lausch. The purpose of him delivering these letters is because we're urging the Department of Justice to intervene and prevent disenfranchisement by the Chicago Board of Elections. As you all know, on October 4th, they released a list of polling stations. They cut 40% of the polling stations throughout the city of Chicago. Consequently, people who are voting in November will vote, more than half of them will vote at a different polling location than they did in the June primary. Dr. Wilson has a problem with this because many people will not receive notice of the change in the polling station, or the polling stations will be crowded, there will be long lines, or people will be discouraged to vote. Now, in that October 4th release, the Board of Elections released a list of polling stations that are actually not accessible for people with disabilities. 14 of the 50 wards have no polling stations that are accessible for people with disabilities. And so Ms. Montgomery, who lives in the 37th ward, she's with us today, and Mr. Sparks, who lives in the 28th ward, they have no access to polling stations that are accessible for them. It will prevent them from being able to vote unless they vote by mail, unless they go to the early voting super site location. That is not right. That is unconstitutional. The U.S. Attorney has sent someone down to receive the letter that Dr. Wilson will deliver. And before he does that, before he speaks, we'll ask Dr. Shondo to say something on behalf of the Latino community.
Thank you. You know, Chicago is known for welcoming people from all around the world, Latin America. Latin Americans here in the city of Chicago in the state of Illinois will tell you how precious it is to be able to vote and to be able to have access to places where one can vote. I find it just simply astonishing that we are making it more difficult for people in general, especially for those who are disabled. So, as a representative of the Latino community, we are supporting this step that Dr. Willie Wilson has taken to encourage change, to bringing back those polling places and opening them up, as well as to make sure that we correct this and allow for every polling place to have accessibility for those who are disabled.
Bring up Reverend Robert Patterson, who introduced Ms. Montgomery, who lives in the 37th ward.
Hi, my name is Kathleen Payne Montgomery. I live in the 37th ward. Going to vote on election day is very important to me. I'm not able to get in and out of the precinct that I go to vote in. I've been on both sides of it. I've worked the election, and I know that they have it set up for handicap where you have a certain corner that you can go in, but the people cannot come down there, not able to get their wheelchairs in there. They're supposed to get curbside service. That never happens. By the time that judges of election get out there, it's over. They're gone, it's over. And if you send your ballot in by mail, half the time, if you don't come down and appear on certain dates, your vote gets thrown out. So I think it's not fair that we're not able to vote on election day. That we should have every right as anybody else to go in there and vote. Thank you.
Mr. Sparks, who lives in the 28th ward, that's also not accessible to people with disabilities.
We always got to
again to make sure that we can stop this from taking place, disenfranchising the people of Chicagoland area. And that's for all of Chicagoland area. This is not just a African American thing. This is an all thing people do. And we want to make sure that all we can do point them up that we can stop this disenfranchising of the people of the city of Chicago. Now, Monday at 10 o'clock, we're taking a step further too. We'll be marching around with a group of pastors and community people around City Hall at 10 o'clock this Monday. We're going to do all we can do within law to make sure that we can stop this here. So it's about 2 or 3 weeks now before the November the 8th election. The mailing thing that they said they're sending out the letter. A lot of people haven't gotten it. Actually, I don't know where I got wrote my own self back. So I went down there. Meanwhile, right now, I want to take this right here and all we can do. Make sure that we stop doing this law. Let's hope, pray the Lord, that we can get this state right down. God, if there be any questions, please, we're glad to answer for you. God, I walk right in there.
Before you go in, could you come a step forward? I just want to see the letters.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Cannot come in.
Can't come in with the camera. Can't come in with the camera. They don't allow that. They don't want the truth to be revealed. Y'all want to say anything? Did you say it going down the steps? What did you say earlier about
Let's
Dr.
go
Wilson?
down there. I'm praying to the Lord above that be our next mayor to help the black people in our communities, because we need a man like that comes out and sees what we're going through.
Yeah, so much
And
violence.
he has done that. Whether he gives money or not, he's still out seeing how we're living and how a change needs to be made in our neighborhood. And that's what I believe Willie Wilson is going to do for us. Just like the Harold Washington we had, hey, Willie Wilson should be the next mayor. So that made me get up and get my voter's registration card out to make sure that I come out and vote.
So what ward are you in?
I'm up north. I don't know the ward yet. I just moved up there. Actually, I was homeless, and I just got my low income apartment up north. What's the?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
12 606 440.
60640.
40 is the zip code.
Is that around Wilson? Or?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
So what ward would that be? So
I'm not sure.
Okay, but we're gonna find out
Oh,
what
okay.
ward.
Okay. Would you happen to know what ward? Boykin. Would you happen to know what ward?
What ward is
know
up
what
north?
ward 60640? Would you happen to know?
I can look it up.
Think y'all can help us get something to eat today, please?
Willie Wilson, I'm voting for you. I'm gonna vote for you.
Any other additional comments you all want to make about voting for the disabled? Any other comments you want to make about voting
No,
for the disabled?
they should have some type of way issue. Help us get inside the voting place. You know, make sure that we vote. Make sure everything's right.
All right.
I don't want to throw my vote out. I want to vote. I don't want to come up there and I can't even. I got a motorized vehicle. I'm using this now because they fixed it. So I can't walk it off. Both hits were crushed.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Mr. Sparks. And we'll move over to Ms. Montgomery.
Hi. The other thing that I didn't get a chance to say is I have a sister that's in a wheelchair, and she is unable. She has to come to special service, so that means she has to get off the special service bus and sit outside, and they have to come to do that, and she has to wait outside an hour before special service will take her back home. So half the time she never gets the home. She never gets the home. I didn't get to say it.
Wow.
So that's cause that's hearsay, but I know that that's going on, and that she has to mail her ballot in or something like that, and she never gets counted.
Right.
Never. But that's basically it. It's just unfair.
So this is basically the issues that the disabled community is having is access.
Access, yes, ma'am.
Access.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for sharing your information this morning, and please share it with everyone else and let them know what's going on so that we can help to make it possible for the disabled voters. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.